What's up, everybody? We're going to cut us a quickie. I was scrolling through a few articles making an invoice, and I have this thing where I don't really watch TV anymore. I used to really like watching certain programs on television, and I didn't mind certain actors. None of that stuff bothered me about not that long ago. And then you had certain things that took place in 2020 that had to do with our process of choosing our leaders. And that has been the most eye-opening experience that I've ever had in my whole entire life. I'm not even, to be honest with you, up until this point, wasn't much of a political person. I am now. A friend of mine sent me a Black Conservative Patriot video, old BCP. I'm a big fan of him, by the way. I'd like to give him a shout out. I know my channel is nowhere near what he is built. He's done a great job. And this was one of the first videos I was exposed to so far as alternative places to get real information. Because I was used to getting off work, turning on the news or to wake up in the morning, flip the news on, wait for the weather to come on, so and I realized something. Several things came to be after all this. So you would do that, and then of course they would slide their little propaganda in there. And I wasn't like at that point in time, I wasn't against Trump and I wasn't for Trump. I just didn't care about any of that stuff. That's easily before 2020 in January. Well, a little bit before that, I kind of got the width of what was going on. I did vote. Did vote for the great one for Trump. I seen what was going on, and then this is kind of a little bit of I'm trying to get too off and everything, but a long story short, or maybe it won't be so short. I was able to really piece a lot of things together as soon as I seen what happened. Nobody had to tell me that something really weird happened in 2020 in January. I kind of knew that it's something. You could just tell something in the water wasn't right. And after that, it's been one after another instance where it seems like Hollywood has stepped in as the ones that seem like they can pat us on the head and tell us how to feel and tell us how we should feel. And these people are actors, by the way. They're actors. There is nothing special about these people other than the fact that they can't be themselves, because if they were, nobody would like them. And so that means that anytime you see somebody on camera that is an actor, who are they? Is this really who we're talking about? Now, the article that we were talking about is a Matthew McConaughey. And I think the peak of his career, if you ask me, the peak of his career was Dazed and Confused, because that is his character. That's his character to this day. He still plays that same stupid character, who, by the way, normalized pedophilia because of the fact that he was a high school dropout, much older than the peers that he was with by far, and it was after one of the sophomore, under 18, vulnerable, easy targets in that movie. If you watch the movie Dazed and Confused, the chick that he tries to go after, ends up taking up with or doing whatever, is somebody that was an easy target. Not even anybody close to his age, and even glorified it. Okay? So I know that's just a movie, but when you're exposed to a lot of things, or like say when they put these movies out, they want people to watch this. They want to normalize things. They want to make people just comfortable with the situation. And you do that through fictional situations, and you keep pumping that fictional situations. Anyways, what he's talking about is he was at the White House addressing people about what needs to be done when it comes to our Second Amendment rights. Obviously, to me, he has no bearing at all in any say-so because of the fact that he's an actor. The only thing he can do is really just stay out of our face, because I really don't think that he has any say-so. I don't think that he needs we don't need any of his like acting skills to try to woo people into certain situations. But this man is absolutely taking part in tearing our country apart by trying to change fundamentals based on what his views are. And since he's an actor, his views must be way more important than mine, yours, or anybody else out there. So we better do what he says. That's Matthew McConaughey. I'm sorry, not sold at all. And I will link the article in the description. There are videos of him talking, And pretty much the whole time, if you could have a meter or a way to visualize arrogance, it would be just emanating off this man. This man is arrogant, he's ignorant, and he's given a huge platform because he's somebody who normalized pedophilia in one of his top movies he did back when he was actually somewhat funny. Anyhow, I'll read a little bit about the article here because of the fact that it's really, really just disturbing to see somebody that has, and he gets his wife involved. Of course, she's way younger than him. I guess I don't know, whatever. These people do this because they want to, they're more into self-enrichment. They're not worried about anybody else but themselves. This right here was a big PR attempt to make him look like somebody. He just, if you see the pictures, all I see is that movie Dazed and Confused and just an idiot. I don't know. I'm really not liking Matthew McConaughey the more and more, and I'm really not really liking a lot of these. There aren't very many. I'll turn the television on and I just can't do it. I can't do it. I see the propaganda they're pumping. I see how they're trying to portray and separate people through television shows. But let me read about this Uvalde, Texas native Matthew McConaughey spoke to reporters in White House briefing room about the violence legislation following a meeting with Joe Biden. McConaughey gave a lengthy emotional address that paid tribute to the 19 children. Fine, but really, in all honesty, how genuine is this? Because of the fact that this is a PR. This is Hollywood, big tech, and our government completely merging to surround us with all their ideology, and anything that descends that they're going to not allow. So anyways, McConaughey's wife, Kamala Alves, joined him at the White House, but did not speak to the reporters. The couple, by the way, has 3 children. I'm just reading the article. And photos and video clips complete at the end of all this. Like I say, I'll link this article in the description. This is the only one we're going to talk about. I just really am more, I'm not so much, I think that I'm just pissed off at these stupid actors acting like they're somebody. You watching this video are somebody. You are yourself. You wake up in the morning, you don't act like anybody else. You meet people, that's who you are. Anyhow, you can trust somebody like that. Somebody said the other day that I didn't fit the criteria of anybody to bring any news. And I guess my response was that it looked like the people that were wearing the suits and ties are the ones that got us here. So it might pay to maybe look into other entities, figure out. Like I say, do your own research. Read the article and look into everything that I talk about. That way, if there's any discrepancies, please comment. Please, I'd love corrections. I'll rebuttal. I'll make sure that I say, whoa, I messed up. So far, we're doing pretty good. We've been good. But like I say, it never comes to that. And so just look at this article. If you get time, there's just him talking, full of himself. And I don't trust anything these people are portray. The red flag laws. He doesn't have any clue about anything. He doesn't know what the actual implications are. And if he does, then he probably does. He's part of the system. So anyhow, I'll wrap this video up real quick. Just kind of ranting a little bit about Hollywood, big tech, government situations all merging together. I encountered somebody the other day that had no idea, that still thinks that this was a completely free and fair process of choosing our leaders in 2020. They answered it like they were told to say it. This person was a CNN addict, apparently, because when I asked him a few questions, I was like, do you think that what happened in 2020 in our people picking process was legitimate? Oh, it was completely free and fair, the most legitimate one we've had. He looked me straight in the face and said that. So anyhow, I had to deal with that. I had to really look at this guy and kind of like, he's a customer. So, and I've got to survive out here. So I had to talk to him a little bit, but I didn't go into it too far. I'm not done with him. I'm going to work on this man slowly but surely. But with that being said, also would like to appreciate all the new subscribers, and just thank you all. It's so wonderful to know that I've got people out there that are trying to save this country and watching these videos and spreading this word. This doesn't have a whole lot of, right here, this video is probably not the most important video to get out, but let's all get together and embellish the fact that we're tired of Hollywood acting like they can pat us on the head and we'll listen to them and do whatever they say. We need to show them that we don't answer to that. We need to show those people that we don't care what they've got to say. It's what we have to say. Anyhow, thank you very much again. God is in control. Have a good rest of the day.